Welcome back to Uruk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith. And it is late winter in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars, so we're almost in year 4, with Ursula fighting mightily against the forces of Agartha. Really only Agartha at this point. We are technically at war with Pythium, but they haven't done anything to us. And yes, and we maintain an easy peace, I guess. An uneasy peace, I guess I should say. Before we get started, I do want to say that Dominions is a very complex and multifaceted game. And there are a lot of rules, and there are a ton of little intricacies that, at least for myself, I find difficult to remember all the time. So as a result, despite the fact that I have an absolute ton of experience with this game and its predecessors, I don't know everything, and I occasionally get things wrong. So one thing I wanted to mention is, in a previous episode, I said that the spell Curse, when applied to an enemy, or anyone really, causes them to be more susceptible to critical hits, or to be easier to hit in some way. And that is incorrect. One of Ursula's chief advisors, Chris, let me know that actually all Curse does, and I want to say this is a nerf from previous versions, but I could totally be wrong about that too, is makes whoever is cursed more likely to suffer afflictions, which is a severe downgrade to the spell's effectiveness, because being more susceptible to afflictions doesn't really mean much, especially if you're like a human unit that has 10 hit points, right? Because one hit's going to kill you no matter what. I mean, yes, cursing a super combatant or a thug is useful because it means that over time they will be less effective on the battlefield, because every hit they get might potentially cause them to lose an arm or a leg or be blinded or whatever. But to the average soldier on the field, it's not that big a deal, because most cases you either die or survive the battle. If you walk away with an injury as a regular human soldier, it doesn't really make a big difference one way or the other. Chris also reminded me that there is a spell that we definitely want to get to and use in this campaign, called Battle Fortune, which will, when using an Astral Pearl, cause all of your units to be lucky, or something along those lines. So, yeah, we definitely want to look out for that one. All right, moving along. Oh, actually, one more thing, one more little bit of housekeeping. One of the viewers, and thank you so much for this, provided a link in the comments a couple episodes back to I guess a music video on the internet that focuses on ancient goddesses, particularly the stone replicas that we have, I guess archaeological finds of ancient goddesses. And it's really interesting because a lot of them in the video are similar, very similar, to the different pretender god chassis that you see here in this game, including Ursula. So you have a stone figurine of Ursula who is standing on top of her lionesses, just like in the game. In fact, if I can, I'm going to try to have it in the bottom corner. It's an animated GIF, but I think you can use those in the videos. At least I'll try, just so you can see it. But I'm going to also put the link down in the description, because I think it's really hilarious. And if you're a fan of Dominions and you're relatively familiar with goddesses like Ursula, the Anunnaki of Love and War, the Mother of Serpents, or the Earth Mother goddesses types, you'll see that in this video, and it's pretty hilarious. So you can also see where the Dominions developers got their ideas from, obviously. Anyways, I thought that was really cool. Okay, Lorenzo successfully empowered himself in nature. There was a reason I was doing that. I think it was so that he could start forging the nature bracelets, but it might be for some other reason as well. It's been a while. Karn, unfortunately, is now losing. He did not find a magic site in Summer Bay. Fangawolf didn't find anything. Corvus summoned some griffins while he was standing around. Aga of Kish summoned some Kusarikus. Casual Dread didn't find anything. And Kalrander also summoned some griffins, because we had some air mages sitting around not doing anything, so I thought, hey, let's summon some griffins. Unapishtim didn't find anything in Embracer. And Fulgrim, unfortunately, didn't find anything in Norfangs. Alright, battle in Agartha. This is Illa, the Marquis de Sade. And I always forget, is it Kiero? Yeah, it's Kiero. Oh, by the way, I have a new font too. Another cool viewer provided me a link to this mod. It's definitely easier to read than the existing font. It took a little bit of getting used to, though, because it's kind of bold, and it was just, I was like, whoa, this is very different. But now that I've been looking at it for a while, I'm a bit used to it. All right, and we are, of course, underground, because Agartha is a cave. Well, it doesn't have to be. In my multiplayer game, it wasn't, which put me at a severe disadvantage, but in this game, it is. So, what you're going to get from that is that my particular units are going to have a lower defense and attack skill because of the darkness. As you can see here, it's -3, which kind of wipes out their experience bonus. Also, precision. You would think that being in complete darkness would give you worse precision than just -3, but whatever. I think that's all it affects. Yeah, doesn't even affect morale. So just attack skill, defense skill, and precision is down a little bit, but these ladies are still pretty solid. At least compared to regular bargain basement Agarthan troops. Still, who knows? Our flankers are down here fighting the, are these heavy infantry? Nope, just regular medium Agarthan infantry. Was that Illa? Are those our creatures? I can't actually tell. Oh, you know how I could tell? Is if I turn on the team colored squares. Yep, they're ours. Alright, Illa. Sounds pretty fun, I guess. Alright, we've routed the armies of Agartha. So what actually took place in this battle? Our NC killed 1. Our archers killed 3. So we lost an Iron Warrior and a soldier. Not bad. We didn't lose any of our Ursuline Guard, despite the fact that they were right up there in the front. I like that a lot. Most of it was province defense. We took out 50 units of province defense. Of the units they had guarding the place, though, we killed them all, with the exception of their leader, the troglodyte trainer. Alright, Gnome Peaks finally has some palisades. We're destroying Agartha. The entrance to Copper Canyon has been breached. And our troops in Desert of Visions are starting to starve. So let's take a look at that. So as you can see, Desert of Visions has ability to supply 82, and we have 225. So we're getting everyone out of there. Tyrolean, Maganorte, and Mashi are going to Copper Canyons, where there's apparently a story event, but I can't quite tell what it is. It's just talking about how the men in the garrison have not been paid. People here are remarkably lucky and seem to enjoy life, despite the fact that if you read this, they have like the worst life in the world. So I don't really know which one of these has to do with the... Okay, I think it might be this one. I think it might be referring all the way back down to the demon possessing the rulers of the land. So I don't know if that requires preaching to get rid of. But it looks like they've just been living with this for like 2 years and nobody really cares. Yeah, the local ruler has made a pact with demons, and then the demon possessed the ruler, and then the ruler grew paranoid and executed most of the nobles. So yeah, I guess. I wonder if the slave market, which is actually a location in this province, is a result of this whole demon nastiness, or if it was just always there and it has absolutely no connection at all. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on here, though, whereas if you were to check somewhere else, just random, like Desert of Visions, I guess. Well, actually, there's stuff happening here, too. Conquered by Agartha. Conquered by Agartha. Conquered by Agartha. They conquered it a bunch. What's funny... Okay, I was going to say, it never tells you when it wasn't conquered by Agartha, but that's not true. It was conquered by Yis. And then it was conquered by Agartha. And then it was conquered by Yis. And then it was conquered by Agartha. And then a year later, it was conquered by Agartha again. I'm not sure what happened between that year. And then it was conquered by Agartha again. So there is kind of a weird situation here where it doesn't tell us who had it when Agartha didn't have it after this year 1 conquering by Yis. Oh, this is kind of cool. It tells you, it kind of tells you in text as opposed to visually where you can go from here. So it would be possible to travel to Winter Peaks if it was cold enough for the water to freeze. Which is a truthful statement. So here's something interesting. In Jome, where I'm building a castle after I tore the ones down in Lived Mark and Desert of Visions, has a mirror lake. which gives us illusionists. So now we have 2 separate provinces that give us illusionists. We're, I guess, real big on the illusion thing. We're going to have to work illusion kind of into Ursula's skill set. All right, so we're building a fortress here, 2 months remaining. We've also built a lab and temple. So also Phobos is summoning asp turtles. I kind of want to attack Pythium here. I'm just afraid to leave this province by itself, but I think I could afford to do it right now. We could take Anapishtim and Romano, and I think between the 2 of them, they could do some damage. Maybe get these ladies in a line. All right. Unapishtim and Romano. I just want to make sure that, yeah, we're not leaving any units behind who are going to drown, because Unapishtim, of course, has the goblet that lets them breathe. Although we could start recruiting undersea creatures. I want to wait till the fort's up and we can start recruiting our Kalulus. So let's take the fight to Pythium here. Why not? And what else is going on that I could tell you about? Not a whole lot. Okay, we're still recruiting here. Oh, wow. How long have we been doing this for? Look at all these cavalry. All right, Draca. You're going to lead some cavalry to battle. I don't think 33 is necessary. Maybe 30. So we're going to get you somewhere. Purple Lit, you're going to stay patrolling. Draca, let's suit you up a little bit. You can have the helmet that makes people a little bit better. You can have, ooh, food item, certainly. No, this is more for our commanders who don't have magic ability of their own. But you could use this, I guess, to get through reinvigoration. Alright, I think that's pretty solid for Draca. Draca can probably also... Oh, Liquid Body, certainly. Iron Skin, I guess. Although we don't normally do them both. We just do Liquid Body. Frozen Heart, I guess, could be his go-to attack spell. Alright. But we'll figure that out later. Right now, Draca is just going to lead some cavalry on over to Uruk. Oh wow, it's going to take some time to get there. Which is funny, because Draca has cavalry. Map move 14 with the army. What kind of map move do the cavalry have just by themselves? 14. It's weird, though, that... Well, I guess technically this counts as mountain, but you'd think they'd be able to gallop, you know, to the plains. I don't know. Whatever. In Uruk, Ursula's calling an Anzu, because why not? It'll be a nice little bodyguard for her. Otherwise, people are just kind of sitting around. Hudia is forging the stone sphere, so we can start looking at people. Just in case, it's just waiting, unfortunately, to be used. And who should get the stone sphere? How about Silent Bob? Oh, we do have Civitos here, who came in with an injury, but unlike Silent Bob, it's not a debilitating injury, it's just a limp, so we are going to rename him. And that's going to be Samuquan. And Samuquan is getting us Terracotta Warriors because, as you can see, he has 2 fire. BPR is forging a Helm of Heroes. Karn is still Dark Knowledging. Slaver's just researching. And that's really that. I'm moving Gran Paso up here to Assad because, once again, Agav Kish has got diseased. Agav Kish just really likes getting diseased, and we need to nip that in the bud before she gets even more afflictions. And she didn't go to Ninith Mercs, so she just got the disease the old-fashioned way, I guess, through unprotected sex. We're not going to storm Copper Canyon yet. We could, but I'm going to wait till this group gets here. And Agartha, we're just going to sit on. Theoretically, they could call Python back. In fact, we should check that out. So, Silent Bob, let's give you the Stone Sphere. And if you could please... The reason why I don't want to give it to somebody, like, super important is because it does horror mark you, which means you get attacked by horrors, which is no good. Okay, Agartha is just within the range. So we're going to see... It'll tell us what's inside the castle. Because we can't just see that by looking at it. So that's helpful to us. And I think that's it. So let's end the turn. Yeah, good leaders, capable of leading 3 or more squads without penalty, can position their troops in line formations. Okay. Arcane Probing, nothing in Polgrave. And we're in year 4, huzzah. Dark Knowledge, nothing. It's okay, Karn. Just keep doing it. You'll find something, I'm sure. Astral Window. Oh, right. Yeah, duh. We just have to check it later. Arcane Probing. Oh, we found the Citadel of the Lore Masters in Strongdale. Alright. I think we already knew that, right, though? Because we could summon researchers in that province already. I'll have to check that out. Voice of Apsu, nothing. Bangalwolf Augury did find a Sun Ridge in Kuhir. Awesome. Oh, and I had Aga cast a telesthetic animation because she was just sitting there, and I figured, why not? Alright. Lake Doom. It will be doom to Pythium. Oh yeah, it will. They even moved out their battle deacons. I'm not even going to watch it. Yeah, our nymphs took them out. Copper Canyons. People are plundering and destroying as best they can. Income down by 5, resources down by 5, tax down by 20%. I don't know if this is permanent. I hope not. I mean, I don't know what to do about it. I guess preach, right? Or patrol or something. Impassable Mountains, 576 gold. That's excellent because we need that really bad. Bankish, 11 units have been cursed. Plus 23 unrest and plus 3 misfortune. Yikes. And we had someone there, right? We had I want to say Unapishtim II, but I don't think that's who it was. I think it might have been Gilgamesh. Well, we'll check it. But somebody should have been there to prevent that negative event. Alright, Agartha is still holding. So they must have something in there. Let's find out. They have 35 units, some Horned Serpents, Long Deads, and Shard Guards, and 2 huge Hill Giants, a Mason of the Underworld. I'm not even sure what the hell that is. And it's commanded by Deepborn the Oracle. So they haven't been able to bring their god back yet. Alright, so I guess it's time for us to storm this sucker. Let's just go big or go home, right? Oh, wow, so many commanders. I'm pretty sure they're far enough away from the arrows. We don't have... Oh, we do have Ursuline Guard. I was like, oh, wow, we don't have any Ursuline Guard. Let's box them up. Send them right to the front. There's just so much going on here. This is insane. Mashi doesn't have any orders. Let's give him them. There we go. Misform Air Shield. Where are you? Actually, you're probably the safest one out of all of them. Mago Norte is just kind of standing there. Doesn't have any orders either. What do I want to do with you? Liquid Body, I guess. And then, how can you help? Frozen Heart might not go far enough. Might, though. Is there any way you could help our troops? Actually, yes, there is a way. There is a way. There's a will and a way. You're going to Sermon of Courage. Just to keep morale up. Especially when you're storming a fort. Morale's pretty important. Everybody else knows what they're doing. Alright. We're just going to go with it. I was thinking about moving all the commanders back, but it might take 100 million years. Well... Actually, I could try something new I learned. It's so funny. I learned this watching Tokshin's Let's Play, where he was doing Early Age Ermor. I never knew this was possible, and neither did he. He spent a good part of that episode talking about how amazed he was, too. But essentially, once you get to this screen, you can move people around. Like, watch this. I just find a random hero by left-clicking. Lynch, right? Oh, now Lynch is back. Kiri, back. So you can do all of your pre-battle troop movements, although it's a little bit harder when they have bodyguards. But, like, here's someone here. I can't... Gillian. So I can move Gillian, you know, off to an angle here. I keep trying to push Versal. We can move Versal down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an easier, if you have a ton of commanders, it's an easier way to move them around. That guy will put you back. Smithmaster's you too. Arctic Green. J-Leet, put you a little bit back. White Druid a little bit back. Nurgle, yeah, a little bit back. Lord Death, definitely a little bit back, since you're not really an offensive character. Gilgamesh back. See, I'm worried about maybe moving these guys too far back so that their lightning bolts are ineffective, and in this battle that might actually be helpful to us to have all this lightningness. But at the same time, I don't want to lose my heroes to folly. I think that between our Ursuline Guard and our cavalry, we should be able to do just fine. Alright, Ursuline, cavalry, you're not going to hold, you're just going to attack rear. Excellent. Alright, so we're storming this. Oh, wow. I guess all of our Mushushu chariots fled the battle a while back, so they're just kind of sitting there. That's pretty embarrassing, guys. I'm not sure I approve of that. Captain Bill. How many of them are there? More than 10. So I don't think Captain Bill is going to be useful here, but I don't want Kim to leave here just yet. Captain Bill, well, you can actually lead 15. So Captain Bill, will you for just a moment move up here and pick these guys up? That would be lovely. Okay. Fulgrim's here now. I guess we can't voice of Apsu anymore. No, looks like we cannot. So Fulgrim, what do I want to do with you? We could just move you, and you could voice of Apsu from somewhere else. Or we can move you underwater, and you can start voice of Tiamatting. That's a potential possibility. Let's get you to Isurian. See, okay, so now I'm confused. Why is it Fulgrim can get all the way from here to here in one turn, but Draca, leading cavalry, can only get from here to here? Like, what kind of... Fulgrim has 8, so 4 extra map move. That doesn't seem like that big a difference, though, right? Because 4 map move means the difference between going 1 square and going 1, 2, 3 squares. Like, that seems... I mean, maybe he's going... No, he has to go here, right? He absolutely has to, because he can't go here. So he has to... Even if he goes to Erd... Yeah, there's just no way. He's crossing 4 provinces in one turn, whereas Draca only crossed 1. Of which, one of those 4... or 2 of those 4 he's going through. So I have no idea. The difference between 14 and 18 is 3 extra provinces. That seems a little strange, but whatever. I know there's some people out there that go in there and do the math and read the manual and like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. This province takes blah, blah, blah amount of movement to get through, and they can explain it. But it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, maybe this guy could go 3 and he can go 4. Then that makes sense. 14, 18. That seems right in my head. But the difference between 1 and 4 seems crazy. But whatever. Okay, keep going. Phobos, what do I want to do with you? Well, I guess we could get some more Naiad warriors. That's expensive, though. We could summon a Bishop Fish so that we could capture that throne. Or we can do another Asp Turtle. The cool thing about Asp Turtles... and I'm trying to pronounce that P very strongly so you don't think I'm saying ass turtles, is that they have a pretty good fear effect, and they trample. So that's something. Now, one thing I gotta be careful with is Pythium was able to get into the ocean from one of their coastal provinces here, so if I am just nonchalant about this and just move everybody around without investing in province defense, it's quite possible that they can take it again. So let's do 21. It's not the greatest, but again, it should be able to stop 4 battle deacons. They're investing quite... If they have 6 battle deacons, they're investing quite a bit of money, or gems, I should say, in water breathing, because that means each of these guys has to have a water breathing amulet or necklace, and that's 6 of those. That's a lot. Alright, so the goddess of Pythium, Tullia, is a titan of rivers. So actually, he's a dude, actually. I thought Tullia... was a female, but I don't think so. Otherwise, it would have said Titaness of Rivers. Actually, I don't actually know. What do we get here in Lake Doom? An underwater volcano. That's actually really appropriate, right? Like Mount Doom underneath Lake Doom. That's cool. And Aga has been cured for the second time. Thank you, Grandpasso. In fact, what we're going to do right now is we're going to get another of you here. And Silent Bob is going to... It was Gilgamesh the second. Thanks for failing, Gilgamesh, to stop this negative event from happening. Appreciate that. Silent Bob is going to... Where do we want an astral window? Let's take a look at what Pythium's doing here. And Samuquan, what am I going to do with you? You could forge things. A dragon scepter gives... Well, dragon mastery is kind of useless, so we're not going to be summoning a lot of dragons, but flame bolt for a commander. I guess that's better than combustion? It has to be, right? This does incinerate, which I think is like a better version of combustion, but you need 4 fire for that. We're not going to have that for a while. So flame bolt. Okay, 45 range. So it's got long range. It's got 22 armor-piercing magical fire damage, and it has 2 precision. Versus combustion, which has perfect precision. Can only go 30, though. And doesn't do any direct damage, but just puts someone on fire. No, it must do some direct damage, because it says the spell ignores enemy armor, but is not always strong enough to kill the victim, which implies that sometimes it is strong enough. So I don't understand why it doesn't tell me a damage amount here, but whatever. This costs 10 fire gems. This costs 5. So I'm just wondering, what's the benefit of this, really? I mean, is Flame Bolt really that much better? It has better range, certainly, but less precision. I mean, we could kind of fix that by giving a precision boosting item to the commander who has it. But is it worth it, all those gems, just for 22? And it's only 1 person, too. So if it was like an area of effect 1, so it could hit 3 people, that might be useful. I don't understand. It must be better, right? Because it's a very powerful item as opposed to a lesser item. Although Fireball, you think, would be better, too. Also, Fireball requires 3 fire magic. This only requires 2. So maybe the reason why this is a higher level item is simply because of the Dragon Mastery. And the actual attack, Flame Bolt, isn't that good? I just don't know. I know I'm going kind of down a rabbit hole here, but I just want to know. Okay, so Flame Bolt is here. It is a level 1 spell, so it's just a shit spell. It's not that great. And then you have Fireball, which is level 3, which, okay. So Fireball has less damage, strangely enough, but it also comes with a large area heat shock. So I don't know why that item is so high up on the chain, if it just gives you Flame Bolt, which is basic. This is like any mage can cast this, pretty much any fire mage. Well, Samuquan could. None of these other ones could. You can get a Fire Drake, but that might hurt our own troops. Scorpion Beasts, I heard, are a little bit better in Dominions 5 than they were in Dominions 4. Fire Snakes are interesting. Again, though, I don't know if they're necessarily safe for our army. We can get more terracottas. Alright, more terracottas. That's fine. BPR. We're going to forge more Helm of Heroes. The Bagginses. Aga. Why don't you... I mean, Claymen are alright, I guess, for like bodyguards. They don't eat, so that's pretty decent. Ogres are... We have so many things that are better than ogres. We could get some more Kusarikus for bodyguards. I guess we'll do that. Kalrander and Corvus are going to continue. And we're going to have a ton of griffins. Should we mix it up with some wyverns? Wyverns have more hit points, I think. What else can we possibly do with maybe boosters? Great Eagles. I've always found the eagles to be kind of shitty, especially for what you pay for. I guess what's cool about them is if you have them hold, you can make them ethereal or do some stuff to increase their survival chance. So, you know, I don't want to just summon them and throw them into battle. You kind of want to make sure that they're buffed up a little bit. Now, griffins, who cares, you know? Although they cost the same, now that I think about it. This gives you 5+, this gives you 5+. So in reality, I guess I should be treating the griffins with just as much deference as I would the great eagles. We'll do some wyverns. Call of the Winds is kind of fun, but I don't hardly ever use it. It's pretty decent in a multiplayer game when you can kind of punish your opponent for not putting province defense. Because in multiplayer games, typically people don't put a lot of province defense. They might put just 1 or 2 to stop a scout from taking over the province. So if you cast this once or twice into a province, you could potentially take it over. But instead, we're going to get another wyvern. That's fine. Oh, and here's our telesthetic animate, which again is just a big giant statue that can preach. That's really it. So that's what we're gonna do. They're gonna preach constantly. I don't care. Just do it. Just preach. And I think they can shoot lightning bolts? I guess not. No, that must be some other object. It has no attack at all. It just sits there. Should I name it? I mean, it would kind of be weird to... Nah. It has no, like, agency. So whoever got named after it wouldn't be able to do anything. Gran Paso, you're just going to research. Barley's here. I was waiting for Barley, because Barley has all of our troops. So... Berlandes. Now, look at that. Okay, so Berlandes now has... Let's get a double line of the ladies to lead it off. Then we have the regular spear troops behind them. Then we have the archers, who actually we can move up a bit. And I see no reason to have them hold. Let's just fire. I'm going to try something. I'm going to put fire none. And I think what that does is I think they target just the biggest blob of enemies they can find, but we'll find out. We'll see if it's something we want to do or not. And Barley also brought a whole bunch of Kusarikus. So Aga, let's actually take your bodyguard away. Or we can actually put them in your flanking force here. And we'll give you some Kusariku bodyguards. Alright. So we'll give you... Yeah, so you have 5 Kusarikus. That's pretty cool. The cool thing about these guys, I'm pretty sure... No, I'm wrong. I was going to say they don't eat. But that's not true. They don't cost any upkeep, which is fine. But they do eat. Where do I... Is that size? Oh, no. Never mind. They do not eat. My bad. So that's kind of cool. They won't have to... We don't have to worry about that stuff. Oh, what I do want to do, Aga, because the rest of our troops do eat, because I want to give you that. And Berlandes, let's get you hooked up with a helmet. And maybe one of these? Okay. And we're all out of food items. We need to start making more of those. So all we're going to get is the one Aga. Actually, Aga... Let's just give that to Berlandes. I don't know, you keep getting diseased. I'm a little worried about you, honestly. Divine Blessing, Iron Skin. We're going to skip Iron Skin and instead replace it with Liquid Body. Oh, we're doing both. Interesting. We're not going to do that. Liquid Body is fine the way it is. Battle Fortune. Wait, no, that's not the one. He said it was level 8. I was wrong earlier in the episode when I said he talked about Battle Fortune. What was the spell he was talking about? That being Chris, sorry. He said it was level 8. Okay. He didn't... I don't know what Spell school it is, though. No. For the life of me now, I don't know what the heck he was talking, what spell he was talking about. So I felt that I... Maybe Will of the Fates? There we go. That's what he was talking about, Will of the Fates. Okay, he said, well, why didn't you bring that up when you were listing spells that were worthwhile? Well, here's why I didn't bring it up. Now I understand. It requires 4 Astral Pearls, which is ridiculous. Like, you can't do it with a clam. You have to have somebody actually walking around with a shit ton of pearls. And it's a great spell, I'm sure, but I hate micromanaging gems. It's my least favorite thing about this game. But I get it. It's a great spell. No questions asked. Great spell. Gives everyone on your team luck. Great spell. Then that's what he was referring to, not the Battle Fortune spell. Alright, Barley. Let's head home. Ooh, through Ginneth Mercs, though? No, yeah. Barley, stay here. Alright. Back to this, though. Actually, let's give the dragons to, let's give the dragons to Aga. That'll give him a huge morale boost. Hold and attack rear. And I thought we found... Yeah, we have more hammer guys. Put those in there. I could put the swordsman in there. But as a flanking force, I don't know if that's necessary. Fear, trample. I wonder if I could put the griffins... That'd be kind of interesting if I put the griffins with these guys. Although they've managed to get into the battle before the dragons. So griffins have 44 hit points. So they're pretty cool in that respect. Their protection's low. So the mass protection spell will certainly help them. Not a ton, though. Because it'll just raise their natural protection from 7 to 10. I mean, there's a couple spells that would help these guys, I'm sure. Like Ethereal, obviously, would help them a ton. No, they're undisciplined, so I can't put them with the dragons. I mean, yeah, I guess being undisciplined kind of sucks. They have plenty of hit points, though. I mean, there's a ton of spells that might boost their longevity. But we're not going to use them in this particular army. I haven't quite thought of a good use for them yet. Alright, Corvus and Cal. You guys are good to go. Lightning Bolt. And that's really all we need here. We have Berlandes, we have Aga, we have Corvus. Alright, we're ready to go. So we're going to start kicking the crap out of Pythium now, I think. That sounds like a fun thing to do. Barley, can you do anything? You can just kind of hang out, I guess. I don't... It sucks that the only reliable place we have of crossing back over here is this disease-ridden hellhole. But that's life, I guess. Trip? Stay here. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make another item for you. Martyrdom. What do we need that you can... I guess more of these. Chameleonis, we know exactly what we need from you. And that is food items. You know, this is less gem efficient, but I'm starting to starve no matter what, it seems. So this takes up one less space. I guess I'm going to start forging these and just eat the gems. Lorenzo. Okay. There must be a reason I did this, right? I guess there isn't, though. Maybe, I guess it was just so you could forge that thing. So maybe you needed 3 nature to forge it. Let's see. Yeah, that's what it was. So it's just so he could forge Moonvine bracelets, which I think I did. No, I didn't. That would give him 4 nature, which would then allow him to summon an Ivy King, which would be great for starting our Vine Ogre production. Although, I mean, Ursula could cast this too. But I like to diversify. So let's forge the Moonvine bracelet. Ursula? Actually, I kind of want you to research until we get not Mother Oak, but a Gift of Health. Reason being, she could summon another Anzu, which is there. There's our good little Anzu. But I think she's just more useful right now researching. But there's her bodyguard. 72 hit points. Does not cause fear, but it does have a siege bonus and a patrol bonus. And storm immunity. So I'm thinking of maybe later, if I don't already win the game, of creating an army based on illusionists and Anzus, because they can carry that item that causes a storm. The illusionists can then use storm power, which allows them to cast Thunderstrike in addition to Lightning Bolt. And then the Anzu can, of course, fly around no problem in the storm, and they have some cool attacks. So maybe, but this is getting really long. We're already at 40 minutes. I thought we had plenty of time. So let's quickly run through this. Hudia, we're going to forge... I guess that. I don't specifically need one. Okay, I guess we're... Yeah, alright, we're done. So we're actually going to end one more turn. We're going to... Or should we? Should I just end the episode here and start the next turn with that? Ah, screw it. Let's do it. I do appreciate those of you who are sticking with the series. I noticed the view count has been dropping pretty precipitously, but again, this is like the 20th episode, right? And they're not easy little episodes. They're like 40 minutes here. This is, you know, I really, really should get them to below 30 minutes. I really, really should. But I start talking about stuff, and then I lose track of time. All right. Dark Knowledge. Nope. Arcane Probing. Nope. 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 TNG has a new prophet. Buff track, the Spectral Mage. Okay, so it looks like they're going into death. Machaka. Carry the Hunter Lord. Lake Doom. Really? Really? You're attacking us. Alright. Oh, damn it. Okay, so this is funny. This happens sometimes. We were heading to where they were, and they were heading to where we were, and it looks like we both succeeded. So this is just my province defense, and my entire army just completely missed these guys. So we might actually lose this battle, because they have 6 Battle Deacons and a Troll King. With gems. So, I don't know, our province defense probably can't handle this. Good move on Pythium's part, I guess. Yeah, our Kalulus were already running. We're handling their regular troops, though. But that Sea King is the problem. He's chasing after the Kalulus, though. Alright, here he comes. Well, let's see. Let's see if we can take him. I don't know, he does have regeneration. But we're outnumbering him, and he has no items. So we'll see. You can see the regeneration kind of fighting with the... Oh, he's fleeing. Nice. We got him. Like it. Alright, let's see here. Well, it's all province defense, but we only lost a Shambler out of that whole deal. Alright, Ocean of Plenty. As they say, there are plenty of fish in the sea. What do they have here? A Theurg. Exactly how do you breathe underwater? You don't have any type of underwater breathing apparatus. Maybe anybody? Yeah, all these guys can breathe underwater. You don't have water magic, so how the hell can you breathe underwater? So confusing. What in the world? Like, is that a bug? Really? You're throwing ethereal Atlanteans at us? Give me a break. Get out of here. I don't know how the heck they could have breathed underwater, but whatever. We did pretty good. Alright. Battle of the Fortress. This is like literally everyone. Please no one die. Yeah, aim your boulders down at our cavalry. That's what I want from you. Cavalry versus... Holy crap, earth elementals everywhere, fire elementals everywhere. Lightning bolts. Good job, everyone. Go team. Someone just summoned things. Really? My cavalry are not fleeing. Tell me they are not fleeing. You losers. You are heavy cavalry. Way to go, humans. Way to show these Enkidu how strong you are. That is to say, not strong at all. Just cowards. Cowards! Even our archers have more bravery than you. There's a Kusariku. Wow, they're pretty big guys. I mean, look at this thing. He's a mountain, not a man. Or a Enkidu. I love the arrows just taking out that one guy. Oh, this dude is getting attacked by a bunch of dragonflies. How do you like that? He's scared. The dragonflies were too much for him. And done. Interesting battle. Everybody did their part. Our Enkidu commander, I think that's that guy, killed one. Well, our shamans didn't do anything. But I'm sure they did plenty of practical things like... Well, he summoned all those bugs. Our NCs, we had 4 NCs in this battle. They killed 2. Oh, we actually had 2 commanders, so I'm not sure which one got the kill. Our illusionists took out 14. Of course, we have 8 of them. See, again, the storm power would make these 8 illusionists amazing. Our N2 took out 1, and our 4 Nins took out, I guess, 1 each. Maybe, generously. I didn't know we had this many damn commanders. We lost 1 heavy archer, 12 heavy cavalries. Well, I guess that explains why they were fleeing. And 7 soldiers. Our Ursuline Guard came out smelling like a rose, and we took out everything here. Nice. 9 units, 7 made it back. Okay, 7 of our heavy cavalry are still okay. Damn, we're almost at 50 minutes. Alright, Copper Canyons. People are refusing to pay taxes. Yeah, I'm aware. Things are shitty in Copper Canyons. I get it. Lake Doom. A plague has struck the land. Of course, why not? Assad has fortified city. Rock walls and Lake Vastness are done. Agartha has been breached. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So next episode... God, this is almost 50 minutes. Next episode, we are going to put an end to Agartha once and for all. And let's quickly see how many... Damn, that hit us hard. That hit us super hard. We went down from like 5,000 population to 2,600. Yeah, whew. It's an unremarkable province. Alright. Let's take a look in here. I wish when you have this spell, you could look at their army setup and actually see their individual troops. That would be really cool. But whatever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's it. We did really good stuff. We're pretty much taking over this lake. I don't think it'll be hard for us to eventually get the throne here. It's just Atlantean militia and shamblers, right? And we have asp turtles. We're going to leave Vanarus alone for now. Although we finally border Machaka, who has apparently a ton of snakes. Let's get these snakes out of this Machaka. Yeah, that's not funny at all. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed watching this. Next episode, Agartha goes down. I'm Marcus Aurelius. This is Dominions 5. Thank you so much for watching. Go out, do great things. Have a good one.